Hello everyone, I am Ben Bold, and welcome back to another episode of our Sicily is Extremely Tall campaign. And you are looking at the Sicilian League right now, everything in blue and kind of turquoise. These are my feudatories and tributaries. Of course, I am just trading with some of these other countries in Greece, as well as, what is that, Illyria. And I have a truce with Rome, but every country in green, that is the Sicilian League. And we are looking good after a huge upset victory against Rome. Oops, I want to go to this map mode. A huge upset victory against Rome in the last episode where we actually took Latium away from Rome and gave it to one of our feudataries. They will begin to go ahead and convert some of those nasty Latin pops into excellent, great, and glorious Greek citizens. So, with that said, let's kind of reconvene. We have disbanded our mercenaries. They are going back to their home. We are getting ready to move our soldiers back to Sicily. Even though we have been going mostly very mercenary heavy lately, felt like against Rome we needed our 30,000 loyal Sicilian troops to take on the fight as well. So we're going to go ahead and move them back to Sicily. They will be welcomed as conquerors in Sicily. We do need to go ahead and start building back up our treasury. And in fact, now might be a good time to start looking for some more tributaries, as I'm feeling a lot less threatened by Rome itself. Now, admittedly, we did kind of sneak up on Rome. The second they declared war on the Etruscans, we went ahead and declared war. We took all of Magna Graecia as well. Well, I guess there might be a few more. Okay, yeah, so we didn't take all of Magna Graecia, but we at least completed the Italian boot. All of these are our feudataries. And we have a couple tributaries in there as well. Oh, looks like we could lose a bunch of money or just have no effect. I'm gonna go with have no effect. We can get a new invention. I'm actually worried about just increasing the amount of money we have for now. Let's go ahead and move our troops back home to Syracuse, where they will be welcomed as conquerors. Oops, I guess I have to grab the navy, don't I? Let's move it in. Of course, you can already see that Rome seems to be mobilizing men at the border, or actually they are just building roads. I could definitely see Rome trying to retake Latium at some point, although our feudatory spam should hopefully keep them from doing too much damage to us. Plus, we would be willing to buy up all the mercenaries we had to take on Rome. So we definitely want to make sure that we have a heavy treasury, a large treasury, so that if we did need to hire a bunch of mercenaries very quickly, we could do that. I am currently building... Alright, so yeah, I'm currently building a bunch, and I mean a bunch more aqueducts. As you can see, I have too many pops in Syracuse right now. Even though I can support them food-wise, I just don't have enough, I guess, running water to support them. So our pops are dying away, but I'm going to build some more aqueducts. We'll be fine there. Go ahead and trade away some wood, trade away some wine. That'll get me a little bit more cash. Trade away some more wine. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This campaign is looking really good, at least for the moment. And of course, before we went to war with Rome, I talked about going to war maybe with Crete. And specifically, I was planning on taking them as a feudatory, but actually, and you know what, I probably still will. But I also might look to take on down some of their allies and look to them as tributaries. We will have to see, we will just have to see. I'm making quite the surplus of wine, aren't I? I'll go ahead and trade it away. I'm happy to do that. Let's go ahead and move all of our navy to one region. Combine them up, make a kind of super fleet. For those of you who did watch our fight against Rome, one alarming thing is that the Roman navy was actually able to defeat us. And that is, that's not great, because after all, we need to make sure that we can control the seas, especially from the likes of Rome. I would love to just keep pushing Rome northward towards Gaul, have them in direct conflict with both Carthage, who has made a nice little home for themselves in Gaul, but also the Arvini. Rome without Latium is a lot less thick. They are a lot more vulnerable, and I'm feeling much better about where we are. Not going to... Do I have any starving pops? No. How's my grain situation? Alright, so... Alright, it looks fine. Fine for now, but I probably don't want to trade away any more food surpluses. I could move another 10 slaves here to gain even more food, and then actually trade it away. Let's actually look. Can you get any grain? Ooh, you can get iron, but... I'll go ahead and do that since I have currently a surplus of grain in Sicilia and not really enough in Sicania. Alright, we're looking a little bit more even there. As you can tell, my treasury is increasing nicely. I'm going to go ahead and train this army to rack up that military experience. I'm still making plenty of money, 23 gold per month. That is wonderful. Let's think about maybe building some more buildings. For instance, I could build another library here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, tech-wise, it looks like religion is going to be the next tech advancement. That's going to be nice. I think I'm probably going to get that monthly ruler popularity gain. Ooh, and I'll probably also get the... Well, no, there's no real reason. Oh, no! Unfortunately, Agathocles III has just gotten cancer. How sad. His health is going to deteriorate quite rapidly at this point. He may not survive too much longer, but he is 69 years old, so we should make sure that our succession is in good order. He has a 13 finesse, but maybe we should find someone around his age. How old is he? 29? So someone around his age with good military. Alright, you look decent. We'll go with you. Let the festivities begin. Just while we're sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and go up to speed 4. Just help me regain my treasury and my manpower a little bit faster. I am still looking towards going to war with Crete. I think that was still a sound strategy. Let's check their alliance situation. So they are still allied with Rhodes, as well as the other half of the island of Crete itself. So again, our plan was, that we talked about before, was that I would send a mercenary army over, land them, use my megapolaremes to destroy this fortress, basically capture that port, move my army then to start capturing this fortress, while I then ferried back and forth more mercenaries and maybe even my 30,000 troops. And then once this fort falls, I believe we would be able to storm across Crete quite easily. Let's just make sure that all these forts are level 1 forts. They are indeed good. So yes, I do think that that is still the direction I am wanting to go. I would probably just hire those 59,000 soldiers and move them across. I think they would probably be able to handle the Cretans by themselves with that 10-star general. Not really worried about my provinces losing loyalty because they're going to gain it back pretty quickly. Let's check our military ideas, or these Greek traditions. I guess I am now starting to just move down this line because it helps me a little bit with mercenary, like this recruit mercenary cost down by 15%. Plus morale of armies up by 5% is always good. Of course, helping my navy is always good. Enables cavalry skirmish, I guess that's fine. I can build heavy cavalry now, so these are not just wasted. I think that's still better than trying to go down the middle line. Let's see if there are any laws I can change. Alright, what is this? Authority laws. Sponsored scholars. Okay, hold on. Let's pause everything. Research points up by 20%. My general loyalty would go down. But then I could put my general loyalty up here and get pop assimilation speed up. So it's going to cost me a lot of stability to do this, but I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and get sponsored scholars. That's going to increase our research rate by 20%, which is quite good. Look at that. We are now making 250. We are now producing 215 research points per month. We have a decent citizen to the rest of our country, the rest of the pops ratio. Let's go ahead and just flog him. Yeah, look at how many citizens we have. So citizens make up 33.23%. So actually, I would actually like to push that even more. We have lots of slaves, and a lot of that is because we have gone slave raiding. I'll send you to the Olympics. Of course, with that said, we also, if you look, are, slowly promoting, or actually not so slowly. That is a very quick promotion speed. At plus 63.87% per month. So we are promoting like crazy the slaves in Sicily, or in Syracuse itself. So indeed, pushing more slaves to Syracuse is a good way to push more and more citizens and freemans up. Looks good. And now we have the population capacity to handle them. I might go ahead and build more academies here since I have just so many citizens. That seems like a pretty decent plan. Don't want to trade away any grain yet. Ah, well, better luck next time. We still have not won the Olympics. Our aqueducts are building nicely. We have 120 ships in our navy. That's not terrible at all. Go ahead and select all our ships and merge them together. Let's see, any other cities I'm neglecting? Let's go ahead and put an academy here. To help us out just that little bit. Although, actually, might have been better to put a library there. Oh well. And if you'll notice, this is a fort level 3 fortress. I really like that. It's kind of, after all, it is the only land access. We have a, what is that? A oratory advancement. Okay, subject opinion of us up by 10%. We're going to take that right now. Not going to wait at all. Also, what is this? Monthly general loyalty. I'll take that as well. And anything else? Alright, I'm looking good on inventions for at least the next little while. Let's go ahead and get a new omen. National tax rate up 30%. Yes, please. Theater was just built in Syracuse. Feeling good. I might go ahead and try to build another city at this point. Let's see where a good place to build another city would be. Maybe no, but I will go ahead and build a mine here. Right here, you produce glass. Looks like we have a religious advancement. Found city cost modifier down 10%. Looks like I'm going to gain some more manpower. Perfect. Ooh, and now we're actually losing food in, what is this, Sicania. So, I could, let's see, if I come here, you can handle 10 more pops, so I'm going to actually just move, oh, I only need to move one more slave here. Cool, and now we're good on food. Yet again, we have more grain. Go ahead and build another library in this city. Is this a city? This is also a city. Ooh, let's build some stuff here. How about some libraries? And let's check out the pops. Okay, we don't need to do any kind of assimilation stuff, so let's just build a bunch of libraries here. And of course, don't want to trade away our grain. So we have 648 gold, about 75,000 men in the bank. How much would it cost to hire this? They would cost 25 ducats per month in maintenance. We can pay for that at the moment. I think I'm going to go ahead and go to minimal fleet maintenance. That's just going to help me gain money all that much faster. I want more... I think at this point I want more tributaries. I have a nice little feudatory, really, coalition that would do a lot to hold on to, you know... Because really, why I want feudatories is because only having one, or in this case, two provinces, only having this one small island, if for those of you who maybe haven't watched the entire series, I have put a self-limitation. I am not leaving the island of Sicily. I am not going to expand to the anywhere else in the world, with the exception of this one little island down here, and that's just because it is part of this province. So I am limiting myself to only taking territory directly in these two provinces. Now, I have built up quite a feudatory, so I've conquered a bunch of places and taking them as my subjects, and then also given these subjects a lot of land as well. So I have quite the little feudatory army, if you will, or coalition. I'm calling it the Sicilian League, and it is currently kind of a dominant power in the central Mediterranean, which is excellent, and I am looking to expand my influence eastwards toward the island of Crete. So, but because I am not able to expand out of this, I've really had to focus on just kind of defending myself from the larger powers, because Sicily is just kind of stuck right here between the larger powers of Rome and Carthage, both of which would really like to get their hands on all of that grain that I have. Of course, Rome has seen what happens when you mess with the Sicilians. We have beaten them back. We have beaten them completely out of the heel of the boot. They had at one point taken a bunch of the land, but we have pushed them out. I'm going to go ahead and say that this one is the better option. All right, so yeah, Rome had taken some of this territory, but we have pushed them out. We have also taken Latium off of them, just because, well, the longer Rome goes without Rome itself, the better, right? I think I'm going to do that one, because I'm not worried about family prestige. Of course, it would be nice to go ahead and take the rest of Magna Graecia. As you can see, that Rome still owns part of Magna Graecia, and I would like to push them farther and farther up the boot, or up the Italian peninsula, if you will. I think I'm going to wait like 3 more months and then hire those mercenaries, as well as increase my fleet maintenance, and we will start to formulate our invasion plans, and then maybe even start to invade Crete by the end of this episode. Let's see what this event is, the Heraclean Path. Alright, Catani, or however you want to pronounce that, has seen a huge influx of visitors lately and a reputation for being one of the cities Hercules passed through on his way to somewhere, back from somewhere else. Though it is impossible to say if he truly passed through the city or not, the stories have flourished lately. It is a prime opportunity to build upon the myth. Let's see. We can either gain some stability and lose a bunch of gold, or we can lose some stability, get some higher local tax. Alright, so I'm actually going to lose the stability here, which isn't great, especially because I am looking to very soon... Ooh. I want to keep an eye on you. I have a pretender holding on to one of my big armies. Although I don't want to start seeing him as a rival. Oh man, he's going to lose 40 loyalty right now. Or I could just come over here and say remove rival. Cool. Yeah, I just removed him as a rival. Perfectly. Alright. Yeah, so I think I'm going to wait just a few more months, maybe by midsummer. It's currently April. Ooh, or I could take a military tradition. Let's do it. Let's take the military tradition. It's going to, because it's going to spend a bunch of my military experience, it's going to put my invasion plans on hold for the moment. But it is going to make it just cheaper in general to recruit those mercenaries. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Saves me some money in the long run. Also, it allows me to build up more of a war chest going forward. Let's also go ahead and use the... I'm thinking we go with entice business investments. Even though I should probably build some more buildings. Because all of these cities are beginning to fill up, right? Wait. Okay. Tribute ceases. My king, Epirus, can no longer afford to pay our tribute. They must be punished. Yes. Yes, they must. Let's see. This changes things immensely. They are no longer... Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and just declare war on them right away. I cannot hire any mercenaries because it costs me military experience. However, I think with my just very large vassal spam, I should be able to deal with this. Rhegium, what are you doing? Why are you disloyal? I have given you everything. I've given you all of Corsica. I have given you part of Sardinia. I have expanded. I have given you money. What are you thinking? Either way, all of these other countries are going to join with me. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to suffer a 10 stability hit because of declaring war with good relations. I mean, could I send an insult? I don't want them to ally up. I'm just going to do it. I'll take the stability hit. It's fine. I'm just worried that I will send the insult, lose the relations so that I won't take the 10 stability hit, but in that time, they will reach out to someone and ally. Although, at this point, yeah, let's just do it. I'll take the stability hit. Cool, it happened. That's fine. Our armies immediately start fighting. We are going to take a loss there. Let's go back up to full fleet maintenance. That's okay, and let's bring... This is actually a pretty stacked army at this point. Let's wait until the fleet looks good, but go ahead and start thinking about moving our army over into Epirus itself. They are probably going to come down and... Oh, look at them. They are building troops right away. What about you? Did the Locri join me? Oh, are they black flagged? Yeah, they're just black flagged. You can see all of my feudatories are marching off to war. That's perfect. Hopefully they're able to get in some ships and sail across the sea to Epirus. And hopefully they don't get stuck there. Had that happen over here a couple times where these armies don't necessarily want to go anywhere. Man, look at the Carthaginian navy. 289 ships all in one fleet. I wish that there was something similar to... I don't know. I wish that the main strategy for naval warfare wasn't just put all your ships in one stack and have this death stack roaming around the Mediterranean. I wish... Because, you know, it's more fun when you have multiple armies attacking and everything. I think it should also be similar with the navy, you know? Anyway, let's go ahead and load this ship. Load these ships with these 3,000 men and move them to Corcyra. And I think this time we are not going to take Epirus as a tributary, but instead as a feudatory. They are of our culture. And so taking them as a feudatory will allow us, or will force them into, well, not apparently force them, because Rhegium won't join this war, and some of my feudatories have decided not to join past wars, but this should hopefully keep them in line. Although, honestly, maybe I should just go ahead and... if I land here, if I... Alright. So we don't have a tactics advantage, but I think we just have a troop quality advantage. So that bodes well. And boom, we won. We lost over 4,000 men though, but they lost 7,500. That seems pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and jump back out into this province. Keep them from being able to attack me. Again, also it keeps them from being able to retreat, which means we have completely stack-wiped their army. That is a huge early victory for the Sicilians, and it looks like our tributaries, or sorry, our feudataries are coming in to the fight as well. If we can just... Honestly, I don't necessarily want to lose too many men in this fight. I guess I'll go ahead and try to siege down their fortress. Of course, these are my men, not the not mercenaries. So, unfortunately, we are taking some manpower losses. But with our reliance on mercenaries, I'm not actually super worried about taking a lot of manpower losses, because in most of our recent wars, we actually haven't used, well, really any manpower anyway, except for our fight against Rome, of course. And we do gain almost 600 men per month. We gain our manpower back fairly quickly. We also, with all of our tech, should be able to breeze through this fort pretty quick. After all, we get, what, siege engineering +4. We don't have any breaches yet, but our commander is very good. Siege accumulation is already starting to tick up. Unfortunately, we now have a new king, which may not be good for our commander's loyalty. No, he's still very highly loyal, but he's losing loyalty every month. Alright, so with the new king, let's go ahead. Ooh, we do not have enough stability to hire a new archigrammatus. So, unfortunately, we cannot hire anyone there. Let's go ahead and just look briefly at our line of succession. It actually looks like our kind of general of the first Stratos. He will become our new leader if we were to meet our untimely demise. We do have a daughter. Hopefully we will have a couple sons as well. Let's go ahead and keep focusing on fighting this war. Looks like Epirus must have some access to iron because they're building some heavy cavalry. Oh, we've caught someone doing something illegal, red-handed. You just have him flogged. He'll lose 20 health, we'll gain 10 popularity. We need all the popularity we can get at this point in our reign. Ooh, we have a civic advancement. That means population capacity is going to go up by 2%. National commerce is going to go up by 2.5%, as always. We have, wrong culture, happiness, up 2%. National slave output, out plus 5%. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Invention. Where is that? National slave output. I'm not super worried about wrong culture, happiness for the moment. Let's do ruler popularity gain up, though. And I think that's where I'm going to call it quits on the inventions for now. Look at that, our siege is progressing nicely. These men have just been walking into the ocean for quite some time at this point. The Corcyraeans are amassing about 20,000 men to fight alongside of us. Excellent. This siege should hopefully fall our way relatively soon. I don't want to assault it, though. I don't want to lose that many men. I see no reason to. Let's check on our trading situation. Anyone want to trade with us? We could trade for some stone with ourselves. What's that going to do? Increase local fort defensiveness. We're already getting iron. But a surplus would allow for... Yeah, I'll do that. 5% manpower. We have one. We've taken a bunch of slaves. Let's just keep that train moving slaves, preferably back to Syracuse by attacking one of their more populated areas, Ambracia. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the Epirus army really wants to engage me anymore. We're going to take them as a feudatory. We're going to... And the good thing about taking Epirus as a feudatory is, even though they were paying me a lot of money, which was, of course, very, very useful, Epirus tends to build a large army. So, having them able to help us... Let's see if they'd be willing to sue for peace. We want them to be... Ooh, I can make them a client state. And that means we could Diplo-annex them. Of course, we are not interested in that. It's going to take up a relationship slot. They would only be able to export to us. I'm just going to make them a feudatory state. I can make client states maybe sometime in the future, but I'm going to do that with cities or nations that are not of my culture. And looks like they are fighting Macedon. I should have paid a little bit more attention to that. And I can't even call a bunch of my allies, can I? Oh, dear. Yeah, because... Okay. And so I'm not even going to call my allies in. Alright, so let's merc up, shall we? Let's hire you. I guess we'll just hire you for now. We're going to hold these 30,000 men here. Let's check out the Macedonian situation. They only have 84 cohorts, so that's actually not as bad as I was thinking it was. We are currently... Let's look at our diplomatic situation. We are currently only at war with Macedon and Dalmatia. So we're at war with you up here. Of course, our feudatories are not at war with you. Why are some of my feudatories way up here? If my feudatories were in this, I have there's no question that I'd be able to take it. But I'm just a little worried about it at the moment. Either way, we're going to have to leave a war with Macedon for the next episode. Things are getting exciting. We'll see what happens. We might have to give up some of our feudatories if this war goes poorly. I don't think it will, though. I'm willing to pour my entire treasury into this war to keep it going. And we are still making plenty of money, so I can still hire some more mercs if I needed to. Like, for instance, how much are you? Ooh. Oh, I can't hire you because I don't have enough military experience. Anyway, I am willing to pour my entire treasury as well as manpower into this fight. I would also love to be able to snatch some things away or just weaken Macedonia in general. So this might be exactly what we need. Of course, I do wish my feudatories were joining in this, although fighting in Greece, I don't know how much help they would be because they usually are kind of reluctant to cross to naval invade anywhere. Either way, that's where I'm going to have to leave it for now. I hope you're enjoying I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're enjoying the series. Go ahead and give me a like if you want to. Go ahead and give me a subscribe if you want to as well, and I will catch you on the next one.